Hello, let me tell you something about South Sudan. South Sudan got independence in 2011. Since independence, South Sudan went through two civil wars in 2013 and 2016. The civil war left 400 people killed. After civil war, both parties, South Sudan has 64 tribes, but prominently two tribes are very dominant. One is called Dinka, another one is called Nuer. And then 2018, based on power share, the both tribes representatives formed a government following a revitalized peace agreement, and this agreement was supervised and coordinated by IGAD, Intergovernmental Authority for Development. And also there were two peace guarantor, two countries. One is Uganda, and the other guarantor for this peace agreement was Ethiopia. Following the revitalized peace agreement, there were some commitments for the joint government from the Dinka, the prominent tribe. President came from Dinka tribe, and the first vice president came from Nuer community. These two tribes fought each other and left 400,000 people killed back in 2013 and 2016. And these two men came together and signed a peace agreement and formed a unity government, national unity government. Now, under peace agreement, both parties agreed on certain commitments. Number one, country to have unified military forces. Now, each party has their own military force, and this has to end, forming a joint South Sudanese force, one force to have. And second one, country to have their own constitution. And third one, country should have a census and a transparent voter list. And then both parties agreed to have election in 2024, December 2024. But they were not ready to conduct election because they couldn't finish and they couldn't complete to unify their forces. They couldn't develop their constitution. At the same time, they couldn't do their census to make a transparent voter list. Then they extended this revitalized peace agreement until December 2026, aiming to have election in 2026. Remaining all other conditions unchanged: to have unified force, to have constitutions, to have a transparent census and a voter list, and also to have election commission. Those are in progress, and the revitalized peace agreement extended. Meanwhile, the government was trying to unify forces, and in some states, South Sudan has 10 states. Some states and some counties are still under the control of opposition. The Nuer tribes, and they have their own forces. in different names. Sometimes SPLMIO, sometimes White Army, and all those things. So when government is trying to unify, there is a clash between two parties. Because based on the power share principle, the unity government was formed. Now, opposition are saying the power share is not being respected by the Dinka representative, I mean the president, is not willing to share the power. And oppositions, they are thinking they are being isolated and they are not being respected to make decisions. And some of opposition leaders are being removed, and also some of opposition's leaders are in jail. Even government has made house arrest for the first vice president, who is the leader of the opposition. He is now under house arrest, and that really triggered the conflict. Now there is a trust issue. Both parties, they don't trust each other, and that is triggering the conflict. So this is a country of crisis, on the top of crisis. It has natural disasters. It is one of the climate victim countries in the world, and the recent Sudan crisis impacted a lot. Now at least 1.1 million refugees and returnees came to South Sudan, and also 9.4 million out of 13 million total population are in need of humanitarian assistance. 7.7 million people are in need of food assistance. They are suffering from food insecurity. This is a huge challenge. And the recent conflict, recent political conflict displaced 80,000 people from Nasir and Ulang counties under Upper Nile state. And this conflict is spilling over other states. So that is the reason regional leaders like IGAD and Horn of Africa, African Union, and also the high-level delegation from the President of Kenya, even General Secretary representatives, and also all the key diplomatic missions in South Sudan, they are in discussions with the parties to make a peace deal, and also all the parties to respect the revitalized peace agreement 2018 to ensure the commitments are fulfilled. So that is the reason all the diplomatic efforts are in progress now. Only peace and only dialogue can resolve the issues. So military engagement is not a solution. So dialogue, to ensure both parties are sitting together, discussing and resolving the issues. Unless these two persons sitting together, negotiation will never happen. President and the first vice president, these two men can bring peace back in South Sudan. That is what the region is looking for, because if South Sudan is getting into another civil war, that will turn into a regional conflict, and the region cannot afford another war. Already Sudan is on fire. Sudan is in crisis, and the DRC is in crisis, and South Sudan is a landlocked country bordered with 6 countries, and South Sudan itself cannot afford this crisis. So peace, dialogue, diplomatic efforts the only solution. Thank you so very much.